I went to college at a place called Marietta College, and everybody hears that and they say, Marietta, Georgia? No, it's Ohio, a very small school in the southeastern corner of Ohio, and the town is called Marietta, which happened to be the first organized settlement of what was known as the Northwest Territory. That was where the move westward began. It moved on and sort of left Marietta, the town, behind. It's the county seat of a farming area. And there was this little college there, and that was what I could get into because I was a terrible student in high school. And it had 5 journalism courses, not a major. And I majored in social studies, I guess you call that, history, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And that was where and when I became interested in the possibility of journalism as a career. I wasn't very good, but the sports editor of the small town paper, who was making $60 a week, that was lousy even in the 60s, quit because they wouldn't give him $5 more. He went somewhere else. And they didn't have anybody. And so the guy who taught journalism in the college, whose full-time job was the PR man, he recommended me, which was kind of nice, because by that time I think I sort of knew what I wanted to do. And so they hired me, and I suppose if those editors were still around today, they would be reminded, they say, oh my God, that guy. I thought I knew a lot more than I did, as college students are inclined to do. And I was thinking New York. You know, I wanted to be Red Smith after he retired. So I learned a lot, but mostly by error. It was where I developed the philosophy that it's a lot better to learn from somebody else's mistakes than your own. And I sure made them there. But it was a summer job only. It was between my junior and senior years. But I did learn how not to be a newspaper man. And my first job after that was working for the Newark Star-Ledger. And that was where I developed my speed. I covered a police beat. I would go out in the afternoon, hit police stations in 6 or 7 suburbs of Newark, come in, write my story, grab a bite to eat, go back, hit the same circuit in the opposite direction at night, and call things in, dictate. And this is where I learned to think on my feet and to be really fast and accurate. From that, they asked me to cover the county seat in Middlesex County, which was my hometown county. And that was mostly local politics, local news stories, not very exciting. It was where I developed an aversion to politics. I never covered anything so boring in my life as city and county commission meetings. After that, I did my best to avoid that kind of thing, particularly political. So I was there 6.5 years, then came to the Herald in 1967. And that was where things took off. This was just at the very beginning of the Herald's era as one of the great newspapers in the country. In my opinion, even one of the great ones in the English language. We had amazing writers. You know, during that era, we had people like Carl Hyacin and Dave Barry, other people less well known who were just terrific journalists and amazing writers. The best writers, young writers, wanted to come to the Herald. It was a fantastic news town. It probably still is a great news town, but you wouldn't know it to read a local paper, right? Because it's been gutted. But that was what brought me here, what made me want to. When the Trib had folded, the Herald Tribune had folded in '65, so New York held no appeal to me. The Times was a great newspaper, but not well written. I've always believed that it's not enough to just be a reporter. You have to be a writer. Your name is on this stuff. It's going to be there forever. You want it to be good, right? So it looked like I would have that opportunity here. And it turned out to be correct. And so we had people like Joel Achenbach and Mark Fisher, who eventually wound up with the Washington Post. And they had studied under John McPhee at Princeton. If Princeton had found out that I was just driving past the campus, they would have called security. So there was this immense talent that I was surrounded by, and the inspiration was daily and all day long. If you're surrounded by typers and hacks, no matter how great your ambition is, there's nothing to goose it, nothing to encourage it, nothing to make you want to reach beyond where you ever imagined you could. But we had that. And so the Herald from the late 60s through the 70s and 80s and into the earliest 90s was just a magnificent place to be a reporter and a writer.